Hopefully it works. Because if it doesn't, I'm sending it back. Just kidding, I didn't pay for it, so not cut out to be a welder, guys. Got little symbols for little dummies. What is going on with this freaking little welder? I guess it's not made for dummies. If you're a giant man who wants a tiny welder, then this is probably a good package for you because you get some giant gloves and a tiny welder. Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing good today. I'm going to be trying out today the ANDELI 135 little mini welder, and I've never used it before, but they sent me this to review, and that's what I'm going to do today. Okay, let's see what they gave us in here. So they give you gloves, and they're fuzzy on the inside too. It might be a small welder, but you don't need to have small hands to use it because the gloves they give you are way too big for me. They give you a face mask so that you can look like Iron Man. Instruction booklet here, which we will get into later if I feel like I need instructions. This has a bunch of stuff in it too. So we've got our roll of wire, which will go into the welder. And then we have the rest of the face mask, which in my opinion is pretty freaking cool, guys. Light activated glasses. Wow, man. Okay, now we just went from Iron Man to RoboCop. There we go. How does that look, guys? Robo welder. Okay, and now we're getting into the business. So this is your gun here. Feels like it's all right quality. It feels decent. It even comes with a couple extra little tips here. Oh, this is for your stick welding, I'm sure. Or I've never done any stick welding before, so. And then we've got the ground cable here. The moment we've all been waiting for. Look at how cute and tiny this is, guys. It is so cute and tiny. So this is your little adapter to go from 110 to 220 power. And then this just opens up on the side here. Everything about this thing's super cute. You could teach your toddler how to weld and it would be tiny enough for them. Okay, so I got my wire in and it's pretty simple. I don't know if you're someone who's done this before, it's probably easier for you. So now I'm gonna attempt to feed this through the torch. Hopefully that goes okay. There it is. Okay, so I had a little bit of a mishap. I was doing a bit of a practice run off camera. I was trying to adjust the wire speed and the machine was on and my gun was just laying on the table. I don't really know what happened, but it kind of like flopped over and it touched the metal welding table of mine and it just totally screwed everything up. So I'm pretty sure that's not supposed to happen, but I'm gonna put one of the new ends on that they gave me and I'm gonna try this again. And yeah, I still can't figure out how to adjust the wire speed because the setting or the button that you're supposed to press to actually be able to adjust the wire speed, it shows the wire speed for a quick second. Then as soon as you start to turn the dial, then the wire speed disappears and it's just amperage suddenly that you're setting. So I don't know what's going on there. Second time is a charm, I guess. Hopefully we just don't blow anything up like we did the last time. I took my shield off because I don't think I need it. Did I blow a breaker? Round 3. Too hot now. It's like melting away all my material. Melted my material completely. I should be able to adjust my wire speed. See, that's wire speed and it just is way too fast. So I'm gonna go down to like, see, but then it just freaking goes off of wire speed, suddenly set to amperage, and then even if you cycle back through all the settings, it's like, okay, and now my wire speed again? What is going on? I don't know what's going on here. Okay, so I'm gonna turn the amperage down to 80, volts down to 17. The wire's just coming out of there so fast. This thing kind of sucks. Maybe it doesn't suck and I just suck. I'm like not able to adjust this thing. I have my amperage and my voltage set to what the book says it should be set for this thickness of material, and I just can't adjust my wire speed and have it stay where I adjust it. So we're gonna try this one more time here. It seems pretty loud for a little thing. What is going on? Okay, I was going a little too fast there to begin with, I think is what the problem was. I did some reading and I think I know what the problem has been this whole time. So I'm gonna try it again. Let's set the wire speed way down. Problem is that I'll be setting the wire speed and it'll like automatically turn to amperage. And the wire speed is still way too fast. I'm doing it exactly what it tells me to do in the instructions. Okay guys, so I finally figured out how to set this thing by watching somebody else's YouTube video, and the thing that was confusing me was how the instructions are written. So the way that they have their instructions written out is so that you have your synergenic operation and you set your voltage and your amperage, and then the wire speed is automatically set. So that's kind of how their instructions explain it here. I was trying to use it in the manual operation, and what they tell you with the manual operation is that you set your voltage and then you set your wire speed using the same knob that you would set your amperage with in your synergetic setting. In the manual operation, it shows me this with like the inches per minute kind of little symbol there. So that's like your wire speed. So I was trying to set my wire speed in my manual setting, which it was not actually setting to whatever speed I'd set it to. It kept resetting to the very highest or to like too high of a speed. It's weird because when you go to set it the way that they tell you to in the two different settings, it doesn't actually display this the way that it shows in the book. So right now I'm on the synergenic setting, so I can adjust my amperage here. But then if you press this dial like this, it cycles through the functions. So now it's on the manual setting, as you can see the bar lit up underneath of it. When you turn this dial now, it will pop up with your wire speed there. It makes it look as though you're actually able to adjust your wire speed, which is what I was trying to do yesterday, and I could not get that display to stay on the screen. I finally figured out by watching this one guy's video and the way that he did it, that he was just adjusting the amperage like this, and then the wire speed, I guess, automatically adjusts, even though it does not tell you that in the instructions. In the instructions, it tells you for the manual mode to set your voltage, and then it specifically says set your wire speed using this knob, and it shows you that other display in the manual. So that was my confusion there, and once I finally figured it out, then I was able to use this thing, no problems. Also, the 4T setting that I couldn't figure out how to set, it tells you to press this button here for 3 seconds and it'll go into 4T. So I was doing that. You hold it down for 3 seconds and then 2T starts to flash, as you can see there. What it doesn't tell you is that you hold that down for 3 seconds, and then to actually change it to 4T, you have to press it again. So with 4T, you would pull your trigger one time, and then you take your finger off the trigger. The welder will just continuously weld until you press your trigger and take your finger off again. Something I didn't show you guys is that you can actually change your wire size here. So they give you a roll of 0.030 inch wire, and you can actually change that just by pressing this button. You can cycle through 3 different wire sizes. So this is my trying to figure it out welds, where I wasn't really able to figure out like what I had to set the welder to, or when I was trying to figure out how to actually set the welder. And then after I watched this guy's video, then I actually was able to do some nicer welds, as you can see in there and in there. Definitely got some nice welds there. And then I also welded some thinner stuff. I've never welded anything this thin before, so I definitely like blew through my material there, but that was just because I didn't really know what I was doing. And then once I kind of figured it out, then those are my welds on the thinner material, and this is the welder set down to 30 amps and the lowest voltage, which is 15. It actually welded it up pretty nicely. Now back to the regular video. I guess you can say, all things considered, it's not a bad welder. I'd probably, if I was gonna rate it on like Amazon or something like that, like with stars, I would probably give it like a 4-star rating. I don't think I would have ever figured out how to use it properly without watching someone else's YouTube video, a welder's YouTube video on it. And maybe that's just because I'm not a welder. I don't know, you guys can tell me if you thought the instructions seemed clear. I do like the fact that it's really small. I like the fact that it's gasless. I think that's super convenient. It's really light and easy to move around, so it's super easy to like bring it over here to where my door is wide open and actually use it and not have to like pull my big welding cart out and stuff. So that I really do like about it. I really like the fact that it's like super compact and small. If you're a bigger person, you might have trouble like dealing on the inside, like putting the wire and stuff like that in, just because it is so small. You don't have a whole ton of room in there, so that could maybe be a downside depending on, you know, how big your hands are. It's pretty affordable on sites like Amazon and stuff like that. Like I looked it up yesterday and it's like 130 something bucks, and it's way better than going and spending like $500 or $600 on a welder if you're only ever going to need to weld a couple things ever. It says it's MIG welder, but it doesn't actually use gas. It's a gasless welder, so it uses flux core wire, and then it has a lift TIG setting, which I think you need a whole separate gun for that according to what the instructions look like they're saying. And then it also does stick welding, which I don't have any welding sticks like that right now, or like the proper sticks for welding. I've never stick welded. I don't even know if I'm saying the right words or whatever, but it does come with like the little stick handle like I was showing you guys. I just don't have a way of actually testing it out for that right now, so maybe I'll have to do that when I actually get some supplies. But so far I really like it. I think they've made like a pretty good welder for the price that it is. For what you pay for it, it's pretty good. So that's it for this review, guys. Hopefully it gave you guys some insight and maybe just an idea of whether or not you want to get one of these welders if you've been contemplating buying like a cheap welder or something like that. And that's pretty much it for this video. So thanks guys for watching, and like always, if you like what you see, or if you just like me, or even if you don't like me but you like my bikes, then like, comment, subscribe to all those things you guys do, and like always, I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Peace. Scale of 1 to 10, how cool do I look? How robo body do I look? Maybe like that? Maybe like that? Can I look at you like that? Welder. She's a welder. She welds. Whoops. And she drops her phone. And she fights crime because she's also RoboCop. These are actually like, I should wear these like sunglasses. See what people think. Tell me the truth. Would you use these to be fair? Guys, they actually work. They actually work. Perfect way to get a sunburn on your face, but still protect your eyes. 4.5 star review. Thanks, ANDELI. Also, little hanger hooky on the thing. Them points are going up, guys. 4.5. Let's go look at the sun. Gonna go look right at the sun now. They kind of work. I mean, like, I would probably go blind. They definitely don't work for looking at the sun. I'm sure they work at making me look like a dork. Well, okay, yeah, they definitely don't work. My eyes were flipped. Man, this is not working. Is that this? I'm kind of scared now. This is already going very badly. Everything's falling apart. Obviously, it's not obvious to you. Maybe I should just be a faster welder. Tightens like that? Ooh, that's not safe looking. Oh, guys. Unless you like being dumb. Not a professional, I just do things. For some reason, people send me things to do things with. Oh, I keep telling everybody I'm not a professional. Insisting that maybe she's a professional. Let's try this again. Whoa, whoa! You wouldn't even know it until you knew it. And then you would know it. Sparks in my boots. Angela, you're gonna light your shop on fire. And that would be very bad. Ow! Like, that weld is so jacked up. Smells good in here though. Kind of smells like bagels, like toasted bagels. Oh no! Dang it. Teeny, Tiny, come here, say hi to your fans, fatty. Teeny! There's Tiny, the fat little guy. All he's been doing is sleeping around like a lazy little jerk. Right, Tiny? Sleeping in whatever spot you can find to sleep. Teeny, don't pretend you don't want me to hold you, Tiny. Don't pretend, Tiny. He's always pretending that he wants to get away. Oh. A little pluggy plug. Little no plug. That's serious here. Just kidding. Why would we want to do that? Okay, my eyes are all like sunshot now, so I'm having a hard time seeing this.